John Blanc is a journalist and also foreign policy expert and former foreign policy advisor to President Joe Biden. He is now joining us live from D.C. Mr. Blanc, good to see you, and thank you very much for making time for us. It's been 3 days since Trump came back. Do you think he has kept track on his pledges to American people with all that he promised during the campaigns? Or are there any surprises to you?
Well, he definitely has not even begun to fulfill the pledges that were the ones that got him into office. That is, to reduce inflation, to tackle the economic situation that many Americans are really feeling pain about. But we never expected any of that would happen. He came in with the smallest popular vote margin of any winning candidate in over half a century. And he's been acting exactly as he says, as if he's going to be a dictator on day one. He gave a get out of jail free card to over 1,000 insurgents who tried to overthrow the democratically elected government of the United States at his own instigation. And this is the key point. This is how he has shown and signaled he is going to conduct himself, by breaking the law and by encouraging others to break it on his behalf.
Mr. Blanc, let's talk about his promises, because he promised that on day one he's going to end all wars. Now we are getting reports that from his office that says that within the next 100 days, the president will be able to bring the wars down or over. But now the president has something else. He is warning Putin. He has warned Putin 2 times now. Do you think Vladimir Putin will blink?
Oh, of course not. Of course not. It's always been very clear who has the upper hand in the Putin-Trump relationship. Trump will do whatever Putin tells him to do. He always has, he always will. He may well succeed in bringing the war in Ukraine to a halt by forcing Ukraine to surrender to Vladimir Putin.
Mr. Blanc, yesterday we saw Donald Trump giving an interview to Fox News, and he said something very interesting. He said that Joe Biden forgot to pardon himself. What do you make of that statement?
Well, it was, like so much else that he has done, a blatant threat to use the U.S. government's power against his own personal adversaries. There's no substance to it because Joe Biden has done nothing that would prompt a prosecution. In any case, the Supreme Court has said completely unconstitutionally that a U.S. president has immunity for any official acts. So if Trump does launch a baseless case against Joe Biden, the only person who would be helped is Donald Trump, because it would enable the Supreme Court to uphold its lawless statute with a very easy case. It would simply dismiss any case against Joe Biden because it's baseless, but thereby underlining its presidential immunity gift to Donald Trump himself for all of the very illegal things that he has done just in the past 3 days and will continue to do throughout the rest of the coming 4 years.
All right, Mr. Blanc, as we wind this conversation up, I just want your quick thoughts on Mr. Trump's executive orders. What do you make of them?
They're all of a piece. They all are basically Trump putting in his own policy against what he promised the American people. The American people basically said, we don't like inflation. And that was his margin of victory. Nothing he has done has in any way addressed that. All of it has been his own personal grievances and the signaling that he will ignore the law, for example, on birthright citizenship, and simply count on the Supreme Court to back him up on that.
All right. Mr. John Blanc, as always, good to have you with us. Thank you for talking to us today.
Thank you for having me.
For all the latest news, download the WION app and subscribe to our YouTube channel.